Do you want to know how to start collecting sports cards? Then stay tuned and watch this video, and I'm going to give you a few ways on how you can start collecting and grow your own sports card collection. But before I do so, I must point to my analytics here on YouTube and point out that only 18.1% of you are subscribed to the channel. Not even 20% of my viewership is subscribed to the channel, leaving just about 82% of those viewing each video unsubscribed to the channel. So I do please ask for you to consider hitting that giant red subscribe button and subscribing to the channel, as I would greatly appreciate that. And let's grow the subscribers up to 100. That's the goal right now. But back to the video. So there's a few things that you can do in order to start collecting, right? People come into the shop here at Murph's Cardtown Sports Shop all the time and tell me that they used to collect when they were younger, that them and their friends would go out and buy cards for like 10 cents a pack, that they would buy them for the gum, and they had so much fun doing it back in the day. And now that they see sports cards so prevalent in modern society and the value in each and individual cards, they want to get back into it. So number one, the very first thing that I tell people when they come to me saying that they want to get back into cards, the number one thing I always tell them is buy what you like. You don't have to go out and buy the flashy PSA 10 gem mint rookie card of whoever the top player is in that sport at that time. You don't have to do it. You don't have to go out there and get the rookie cards for Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Lance, Wilson, and Lawrence. You don't have to do that. You can if you want, but buy what you like. If that's what you like, then hey, so be it. If you like just the Patriots, or if you just like the Celtics, the Red Sox, the Bruins, wherever you're from, I'm only saying those teams obviously because I'm from the New England area, so it makes a little bit of sense. But say you're from Minnesota, and you like the Minnesota Twins, or the Minnesota Timberwolves, buy what you like. Start small. There's no wrong way to start a collection. If you only like the Timberwolves, hey, so be it. Okay? Whether it's a player, maybe it's Kevin Garnett, maybe it's Zach LaVine from his day with the Timberwolves, maybe it's Anthony Edwards, or hey, maybe you're a Dodgers fan and you want to collect, I don't know, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, Kike Hernandez when he was over there, Chris Taylor, Corey Seager. Buy what you like. Whether it's players of a certain team, Dodgers, Lakers, Celtics, Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays, Minnesota Twins, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, the Astros, the Mariners. The list goes on and on. Whether it's players from a certain team, the teams themselves, so maybe you do like just the Red Sox and you want to collect just players from the Red Sox, that's fine too. And then obviously you can collect players of sports. So whether it's just football players, baseball players, just basketball players, does not matter. Buy the individual players, buy the individual teams, players of that team, and then buy the players of an individual sport. Buy what you like. You don't have to fall into the hype and throw thousands and thousands of dollars just to get into the game. You don't have to. A lot of people will have old cards laying around from when they were a kid, whether it's in their basement, their attic, deep in their closet, at their parents' house still, maybe in a storage locker down the street. Look up the values of those cards, because those cards may have its own value. I just made a video about what to do with old bulk sports cards, so you can refer to that if you want. I will leave a link for it in the description below. But look up the value of these old sports cards you may have, because you may already have a good foundation of a collection started and you didn't even know it. Now, depending on the cards, the years, the players, it may not be worth much, but it's a start. The foundation is built. It's there. So if you have all these cards from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, some may be worth a lot, some may not be. But hey, look up the value. eBay is a great and easy tool to use. Not sponsored, but that's how I direct people all the time when they come to ask me, hey, how do you look up the values of these cards? Go on eBay. So you may already have a good collection started and you don't even know it. And then obviously cards you do buy, whether it's from packs or maybe you just went out on eBay yourself and bought some cards a while back ago and you kind of forgot about them. look up the values of those cards as well. Because similar to having old cards at your parents' house, you may already have a decent collection started. If you collected a few maybe 5 years ago, well, those cards 5 years ago might be worth money now. You don't know. Another thing that I try to recommend for people that are just trying to start a collection is don't be afraid to invest. Now, I say that with the preface of don't throw hundreds and thousands of dollars at cardboard. I'm not saying that. But I do want you to be able to be comfortable spending money into this hobby. It's a very difficult hobby to thrive in. It's a very difficult hobby to have success in if you're trying to flip cards. But if you're doing it for the fun of the game, because you are a pure collector, then don't be afraid to go out and spend a little extra money on a card of a player you grew up loving. Don't be afraid to go out and buy that box. Because I know sports cards the past couple years have drastically gone up in price compared to what they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or maybe 25 years ago when you first started collecting cards back in the 90s. Don't be afraid to buy a box. Don't be afraid to buy a card. Now, obviously, I don't want you to not be able to put food on the table or pay the electric bill. but seriously, don't be afraid to buy a box for $50 or $75 because that feeling of ripping the packs and that feeling of pulling a really good card you either sought after, a player you love, or a really expensive card that could be worth thousands of dollars, that feeling of opening that pack is absolutely phenomenal. I see it all the time here at the shop when people buy packs and they rip cards. I mean, just last week or so, at the time of recording, a guy pulled a LeBron James elephant print out of a select mega box. That card on eBay was going between $3,000 and $8,000. And the box only cost him a little over $100. So there's money to be made if you do invest, but just do it smartly. That's all I ask. Don't be afraid to invest. Don't be afraid to buy a $20 card. Just one card for $20. Don't be afraid to do it. Because once you are into this hobby and you are a sports card collector, you're going to enjoy it for a very long time. I can promise you that. But those are just some tips and tricks on how I would recommend people, or how I do recommend people, into starting a sports card collection. You heard my thoughts and my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Leave them down in the comment section below. And I really would appreciate if you like this video, if you did enjoy it. Please hit that giant red subscribe button if you have not considered subscribing yet, or not even subscribed to the channel, for a matter of fact, as I would greatly appreciate the love and support by subscribing. But that is going to do it for this one. I appreciate you so much for clicking and watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. But between now and then, you guys know that I love you, and I will always see ya.